Hey guys, welcome back to another video today, and today I'm going to be calculating how fast the private jet is, because right now there is no speedometer on the jet, but however there is still a way to find out how fast the jet is in miles per hour, and I'm going to be showing you that in today's video. So before we jump right to the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really helps me out a lot. Anyway, let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So you guys might be wondering, how am I going to find out the speed of the private jet? Well, I'm going to be using math to calculate the speed, and it is actually pretty simple. We're going to be using the distance formula and also the speed formula. I'm going to show it up on screen. So the distance formula is speed times time, and the speed formula, which we're going to find out how fast it is distance divided by time. That's a little bit of a summary of what we're going to be doing to find out how fast the jet is. So first, let's go ahead and start off by finding the distance from here to the other airport, which we're going to be doing by, finding out the time in the distance formula. So right over here, we're going to buy this and we're going to hit fly, and let's go ahead and start this off. So boom, the timer is up on the screen and we're going to be trying to find out the time. And of course, I'm just going to be chilling on the jet. It is really quick right over here, as you can see. Look at that. I'm extremely fast right over here, and we're going to head over to the other airport. So right all the way over here, and we're about to hit a landing, and there we go, and let's go ahead and stop. That was the time. So that was 26 seconds. So the 26 seconds that we just found out was the time in the distance formula. However, in the distance formula, we actually need to find out the time in hour to complete the route, not in seconds. And we found it out in seconds. 26 was the seconds it took to complete the route. However, it's a pretty easy conversion, and all we gotta do is put 26 seconds in the calculator and divide that by 3,600 seconds, which is, an hour. And to find it out, it took like 0.007 hour to complete that route. Anyway, now to finish the distance formula, we're actually going to need the speed for the route, but we don't know the speed because obviously there is no speedometer in the jet. However, we can actually use something else that actually has a speedometer, which is a helicopter. And of course, this is just the regular helicopter. So let's actually get the military helicopter so you don't get like the fastest helicopter we got. Obviously, I could just use the $1 million jet, but that doesn't have a speedometer. So I'm going to use the military helicopter. All right, so I'm in a military helicopter now, and we already know the speed of the military helicopter because you can see it has a speedometer, and the top speed of the military helicopter is 130 miles per hour, as you can see right over here. But to finish the distance formula, we actually need to know the measure of the time for the military helicopter to actually find the distance it took to get from here to the other airport. So let's go ahead and quickly replicate the same route. So I kind of already know the flight of this, jet right over here. I can probably go the same route, and we're going to do that to find the distance. All right, so here we go. Let's get the timer started, and boom, let's go ahead and start ascending. And basically, the jet, the path like it takes, it sort of like just goes out of the map a little bit, makes this little turn right over here, and we're going to try to replicate that with the helicopter. It goes out of the map quite a little bit, and it keeps on ascending all the way to around here, right around here. Yeah, right around here. And then this is where it just goes in like a straight line and goes all the way to the airport, right? And right over here, yes, it reaches the top speed. As you can see, the helicopter is at its top speed of 130 miles an hour, as you can see right over there. So yeah, this is the helicopter speed, and we're basically gonna go all the way over to the airport. And I think right around this line, or not this line, like between the islands, is when they start ascending a little bit. And yeah, right over here, they start ascending. So we're gonna go ahead and ascend down, and then they make like a pretty sharp turn. I'm pretty sure they make a little sharp turn right around over here, and then we're just gonna try to bump right into the helicopter. So right, stop right there. So that was the time. All right, so I just checked the timer, and it took 59 seconds. So let's go ahead and finish the distance formula to find out how long an hour it took to get from airport to airport. So the time is 59 seconds, and we're going to divide that by 3,600, and we're going to get 0.016 hour. So this is how long it took for the Army helicopter to get here in hours. So now we're going to finish this in formula by basically doing speed times time. So how do we find out the distance? Well, all we got to do is times this by 130 miles per hour, which is, the speed. So here we go. Boom. Well, the distance is 2.13 miles. All right, so now we finished the distance formula. How do we find out the speed of the jet, right? Because we want to find the speed of the jet. So we know the distance, which is 2.3 miles. Well, we're going to use the speed formula. And the speed formula is distance divided by time. So let's go ahead and pull up a calculator right now. And let's go and do that. So this is the distance, and we're going to do distance divided by time. So let's go ahead and put the jet's time. There's the time. I copied and pasted it. So as you can see, and let's go ahead and hit enter. And that is the speed, 295 miles per hour. Now you might be thinking, whoa, 295 per hour, that is, kind of like slow. I was expecting it to be a lot faster. Now, 295 per hour is pretty fast, but you guys might be expecting it to be a lot faster. And that is because we actually calculated the average speed of the entire flight. Well, approximately the average speed. Because if you actually keep this in mind, we actually do have the takeoff and landing. And both of them are actually not the top speed. So we actually have not actually calculated the top speed yet. However, it is possible to calculate the top speed. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. So basically all you got to do, let me just show you exactly. So as you can see, if I fly the jet right over here, right? So I'm going to fly the jet. And the thing about the jet is, you got to take off, right? So this is actually not the top speed, but when we actually hit right over here, so right over here is when the top speed actually hits. Look how fast we're going. So basically all I gotta do is calculate it when it starts traveling in a straight line, and then end it when it stops traveling in a straight line, because it starts to slow down a little bit. And yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. And basically we're gonna do the exact same calculation. So let me go ahead and bring my recording up. Alright, so for the private jet, the top speed starts right around here. Yep, start the timer right over there. And yeah, we're gonna stop it. Let me see. Right around this island, it starts to slow down. And stop. Yeah, there you go. So 8 seconds is the time for the private jet. For the military helicopter, it's a little bit different. So right over here, it's about, there you go, it reaches a top speed of 130 miles an hour. And we're gonna speed it up a little bit. So let me just go ahead and speed up the recording. To right around here. Yeah, right there, the same place. Boom, there you go. Stop. So that was actually 31 seconds. So what are we going to do with those times? Well, we're just going to be using the speed formula and also the distance formula to calculate the top speed. It's like the same thing we did, but just with the top speed. So first of all, let's go ahead and pull up the calculator because we're going to need that. And let's go ahead and try to find the distance. So we're going to do the distance formula first. So first of all, it took 31 seconds for the military helicopter to basically fly through at top speed. And if we times that, well, not times this, we're going to divide that by 3,600 because we got to convert it into the amount of hour. So that is the time it took, for the military helicopter to fly at top speed. So 0.0086 of an hour. Now, if we times that by 130, which is the top speed of the military helicopter, we got this. That's the amount of mile. Well, that's just like the distance. This is the distance, not amount of mile. It's the distance, obviously. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that because we're going to need that for the speed formula. Now, let's go ahead and find how long it took for the jet. So for the private jet, it took 8 seconds, right? And we divide that by 3,600. Well, we get this. So this is how long it took in time for the private jet to fly at top speed. So it flew at top speed for this long. So now we're going to use the speed formula, which I'm going to remind you, it is speed equal to distance divided by time. So right over here is actually the time. So we're going to plug in the distance. So distance is this right over here, 1.119, which is, 1.12 mile. And now we're going to go ahead and divide that by, the time. So let's go ahead and divide that by the time it took, the jet to fly at top speed. So boom, that is the time. And if we hit equal, it is 503 miles per hour. We've just figured out how fast the jet, top speed is. Now, I like to emphasize that this is actually an approximate calculation, so if you know what that means this is an estimate, and that's because I actually rounded up some of the numbers and stuff, so it's a little bit of approximate, and, so there's another person that actually has a client, his name is Finder. He basically did the same thing, but he used, his own way of doing it, and he found out it was around 520 miles per hour, and I got 504 miles per hour, so we are pretty close. So I gotta say, I think I'm pretty accurate with this calculation, so it's around 500 miles per hour. Let's just put it at 500 miles per hour. And, we can safely say that this is the fastest, at least the fastest aerial vehicle in Jailbreak, because, there's no other vehicle that goes 500 miles per hour, and there's no other aerial vehicle that goes 500 miles per hour except for, this one right here. So we can safely say this is the fastest, all right? Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's video. It was quite a long video to make, and also, did a lot of math in here, so make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you made it to the very end, because, I did a lot of math for this video, and hopefully you guys like sort of got what I said. I try to teach it to you guys. It's basic physics, and yeah, we use distance and velocity formula, or speed formula. Velocity is basically speed. So yeah, if you learned nothing new, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!